This is the Mika 6-liter electric pressure cooker. It costs about 10,000 shillings in most shops. I've had it for a few months now, and it's one of the best additions you can make to your kitchen. Not just because it's a good quality brand, which it is, but also because of how convenient and energy saving it is. Compared to gas, it's a lot faster and uses way less energy to cook. In fact, it's one of the electric cooking appliances I've been adding to my kitchen because I want to reduce how often I use gas. The other appliances I currently have are a Ramton's induction cooker and an electric egg boiler. Soon I'll add a rice cooker and an air fryer. The Mika pressure cooker comes with a 6-liter non-stick pot, which is big enough for most families. You can comfortably boil a kilo of beans and other legumes in it. It can also fit more than a kilo of meat, a whole kienyeji chicken cut into pieces, or about 3 to 4 cups of rice. If you have an extra large family or you like to do a lot of meal prep at once, Hotpoint has larger 8-liter and 10-liter electric pressure cookers. The lid has an exhaust valve on it that you can adjust to sealed or vent. There's also this float valve that raises up and seals the pot when it reaches a certain pressure. When it drops back down, that tells you it's safe to open the lid. On the inside of the lid is a rubber gasket that you can remove for cleaning. Other accessories include a power cord, 2 plastic spoons, a rack for steaming, a measuring cup, and a moisture collector. Remember not to use any metal spoons with a non-stick cooking pot. The Mika pressure cooker feels solid and well built, and I can feel a big difference in quality with the cheaper Alliance pressure cooker I reviewed a few months ago, so I'm confident it'll last a long time. Now, before I get to cooking with the Mika pressure cooker, let's first talk about safety, because many people worry that a pressure cooker might explode. But electric pressure cookers are a lot safer compared to the old-fashioned manual ones. The Mika pressure cooker comes with 9 safety features, so even if one of them fails, there are others to keep you safe. The exhaust valve on the lid keeps pressure from getting too high, and the pressure cooker's locking mechanism ensures you cannot open the lid when the pot is under pressure. There's a temperature sensor that cuts off power if the pressure cooker gets too hot, and a lid detection feature that tells you if the lid is not closed properly. The control panel doesn't work until the lid is properly fitted. Another good thing about electric pressure cookers is that the sides do not get hot, reducing the risk of kids getting burnt if they touch it. But the top of it can still get hot, so you need to be careful. Now let's look at the settings and programs on the Mika electric pressure cooker. The control panel offers 15 cooking presets for soup, chicken, meat, beans, porridge, rice, and even cake. Each button sets the appropriate amount of time that it will take to cook that specific food, but you can adjust the time using the plus or minus buttons. It does take a bit of trial and error to find out exactly how long different foods take to cook. For example, unsoaked beans or njahi take about 1 hour. If you soak them overnight, 40 minutes is enough. Dengos take about 5 minutes, beef 15 minutes, and rice 3 to 4 minutes. Arrowroots and sweet potatoes take about 5 minutes. It's usually easier just to press the pressure cook button and then adjust the time using the plus or minus buttons. The delay button lets you set the pressure cooker to turn on automatically after a number of hours. For example, you can leave beans soaking in it overnight, then have them start cooking automatically in the morning. The slow cook button uses less power to cook foods like bone soup or meat for up to 12 hours. The saute button lets you use the pot as a normal sufuria. You can fry onions or brown meats before pressure cooking. Just remember not to close the lid. The keep warm button keeps food warm for up to 6 hours until it's ready to serve. The pressure cooker automatically goes to the keep warm mode when it finishes cooking. What I love most about cooking with the Mika pressure cooker is how easy it is to use, how much convenience it provides, and how versatile it is. You can cook pretty much any food with it, if you know the right amount of time to set. I've cooked legumes, rice, soup, meat, arrowroot, sweet potatoes, and even baked a cake. Some people have told me that they've even cooked ugali in it, though I've yet to try that. To use the pressure cooker, add whatever you're cooking to the pot, making sure the water doesn't pass the 2/3 mark shown. Remember, many foods expand when cooked, so you need to leave space for that. For rice, the water should not go beyond the half mark since it swells a lot more. Make sure the power cord is firmly connected, then set the time and press start. Remember to set the exhaust valve to sealed. The pressure cooker takes a few minutes to come up to pressure. Once the float valve rises, you know it's under pressure and the countdown timer begins. You cannot open the lid at this point, even if you tried. Once the timer reaches 0, the pressure cooker beeps and automatically goes into keep warm mode. You can let the pressure naturally release. The food keeps cooking as the pressure goes down. Press the cancel button or turn the switch off to allow the pressure to release more quickly. Or you can fast release the pressure to keep the food from continuing to cook. Carefully turn the exhaust valve to vent, being careful to keep your hand away from the escaping steam. Once the float valve drops down, it's safe to open the pressure cooker. How much electricity does a pressure cooker use? Very little. I actually measured how many units the Mika pressure cooker used when boiling jahe for 1 hour. It used just half a unit. Most foods cook in way less time, so you can cook several foods a day and it will still use less than 1 unit. This level of efficiency is why I'm moving away from gas and increasingly using electricity for cooking. Overall, I like it. I really like it. I've had no problems with it. You learn to use it in no time and it can cook lots of different foods. It's also a great way to reduce cooking costs. If you have any questions about how to use the Mika electric pressure cooker, leave a comment below and I'll answer. And if there's another cooking appliance you'd like to see me review, also let me know. And if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, please do so. Lots more reviews on the way.